Hey everybody, it's me, Pa Stump. Look who's with me.
Look who's driving.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That's a shock.
Oh yeah. Hey, I was up at 4 o'clock. Well, you were too, but you had a nap after. I got up at 4 this morning. Got to work by a few minutes after 6. Got her going so I could get out of there early.
Get her done.
Yeah, get her done. Get her done. So anyway, just wanted to go over a few things. The video on measuring Pete's big wood.
I want to guess.
Yeah, you can't guess. You can't guess. No. Because I already told you what's in it, so you can't guess. But anyway, there's one guy got real close.
I was going to say like 2.5 inches.
You're bad. Oh my God.
Pete.
Okay, listen. Enough of that. Get your mind out the gutter. But anyway, yeah, there's one guy. I ain't gonna say who it is, but they're right. I mean, real close. I think we got a winner, but I'm gonna let it go a couple of days and then I'll announce it. And by the way, my sister Evelyn Roberts, that comments a lot on my channel, she brought up a good point. Amazon gift card. So Barry, if you're listening, Barry Hansen in New Zealand said I won't bother commenting because I can't get any of the food chain stuff. Listen, poor Barry. We'll get you some. What is that stuff the Aussies eat over there? You can probably get it. Vegemite. Yeah. Now worries, mate.
Yeah.
And just have a Vegemite sandwich, huh? Sandwich. Oh, I didn't mind it too bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of salty, bitter. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting. But anyway, yeah, Barry, we'll get you a case of Vegemite. What do you guys?
Don't like it either.
Oh, he probably don't like it either. What's the big thing in kiwi fruit? Yeah, we'll get him a case of kiwi fruit. No, but we'll do an Amazon gift card. So throw a bid in there. Throw a estimate in. But anyway, hey, I wanted to talk about that stump that Rico chewed my ass out about. And it's okay. You know, I can handle the critique. I banty back and forth with him, and we're good. We buried the hatchet. But I do have some points I want to make. Since, you know, you opened a can of worms, Rico, and, you know, you said to my brother about me effing the hinge up on that. Well, not really, because it's an accepted practice, you know, to bore into the front of those. And what you do is, rather than leaving a straight hinge all the way across, you're going to compromise it so you leave a thicker corner instead of having maybe a 2.5 or 3 inch hinge straight across that thing. And I'm very good at making accurate stumps. I've actually won quite a few contests at that. So, but it is an acceptable practice in large hardwood. You got to get the plug out of the center of it, or you'll destroy it. Okay. And no, I'm not going to run a 42-inch bar to do that, and I'm not going to chase cut it because you just couldn't chase cut that tree. It would have blew up in your face. By the time you guys put your 45-degree open notch in, you know, a good full third or halfway back the tree, you wouldn't even start it on the back, and it would have crushed. It would have done what it did to me, because you would have took all the support out of the front of the tree. So my point being, if you look at the stump before I cleaned the stump shot off it, I had my corner posts there. They were there. I did not compromise my hinge. However, the one side of the hinge was a little dowdy. It was a little punky, and that is obviously where I had my saw, and it wasn't. But in the middle of that block, and I left like a 4 or 5 inch block by 6 or 8 inches long, it was a little punky. And then that whole third of that tree was split clear out to the butt flare. Okay, it wasn't rotten, but it had a check all the way out, and then it had a big, probably a 10-inch. You know, here are my fingers. The whole center of that was frost checked. So it was like a separate tree completely, and that cambium layer had froze, and that whole corner was just a separate issue. So there was a lot going on in there that maybe if I had had more time to think about it or look at it, I might have noticed, but it wasn't particularly punky or dowdy, you know. I saw a little bit of black shit come out with my sawdust, but if that was a real hollow or dowdy tree, you know as well as I do, anybody who runs a chainsaw, it would have flooped, it would have right into it. It didn't. It was,
Excuse me.
felt like it was pretty sound. But anyway, so as far as following principles, you know, I do that quite accurately, and that's the part I didn't appreciate. You know, that I didn't follow protocol. I do follow protocol, but there are some things you just can't foresee. You know. So anyway, another point that was I took me aback a little was, well, if you did that where I worked, they'd have sent you packing. Well, I didn't damage the tree. I pulled stump fiber. So if you're going to pull fiber, it's best to come out of the ground and trim it off. It didn't hurt the log at all. It was a shitty butt to begin with, but, you know. So another point I'd like a point I'd like to make is, if we're worried about fiber in the stump, you guys leave 4 or 5 foot high stumps. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If I would have got fired or chased off because I pulled some stump, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, when you cut out west, these guys are, you know, you guys are leaving 4 or 5 foot high stumps. There's a lot of wood in that stump. We can't afford to do that.
I wish
Now,
someone would say why they do that. Why do you guys leave such a high stump?
I think most of it is to get above the butt flare, so they're not, you know, they're already dealing with the big wide tree. They don't want to get into the butt flare. I can understand that. But another issue I have with, you know, with a 45-degree notch, if we want to talk about, you know, geometry, a deep notch, first of all, your hinge is, you know, your hinge is your fulcrum, okay? And the deeper in you go, the less lever you have in the back of your fulcrum. You're going to beat your brains out with a wedge, you know? So if you can leave it a little bit shallow, increasing your lever on the back side of the hinge, you're increasing mechanical advantage greatly. You know, an inch means a lot. That's what she said anyway. So, but another thing is, if we're going to talk about, you know, geometry and precision and all this, you can't figure out why anybody thinks a 45-degree notch does much. The tree doesn't fall 45 degrees. The tree falls 90 or more than 90 if you're on a hill. Therefore, 90 degrees from here to the ground would require a 90-degree open face notch. Now, you don't necessarily have to have it straight up and down. I kind of do a semi-humble thing where it's like this, but it's 90 degrees. The bird mouth is 90 degrees. So when it closes, it doesn't close until the tree is almost on the ground, which maintains control of your holding wood, your hinge wood that Rico brought up, you know, having a good solid hinge. Then it only follows it would stay together all the way down to the ground. When you make a nice precision hinge, okay, and then you put a 45-degree or a 30-degree notch in, as soon as that tree falls the 30 or the 45 degrees, it's halfway down, your notch is closed, and you tear your hinge. No matter how nice you made your hinge, you tear it off, and your tree isn't on the ground yet. Your tree isn't committed. It's 45 degrees. I was watching Axemen last night. They were cutting them great big firs, and that's exactly what they were doing. You could watch they were doing Humboldt and all that, but the kerf on the notch would close. The tree was halfway down, and it would boom. It would pull all the hinge fiber and roll. Either way, one or the other, it would roll it. Well, now your butt's free flying all over the place. That ain't the safest thing I've ever seen. But if you have on a hillside, you may need a 120 or 130 degree notch, you know, wider, so that tree can be damn near on the ground before it pulls your fiber and breaks your hinge, you know. So just some other issues that I don't quite get.
East Coast, West Coast.
Well, whatever. I don't understand. I worked with a guy out there for a couple, I don't know, half a day or something out there. I did some video work and watching a guy fell out in California, and he had I think at the time, a 066 still or whatever, 661, whatever the equivalent was. And I don't know, I had like a 36 or 48 inch bar on it. And, you know, he's cutting stuff that's, you know, 14, 16, 18, 2 foot, you know, whatever. It's like, why in Christ's name would anybody want to carry around an 18-pound saw with a 4-foot bar on it to cut small trees? And then he says, well, we can only work 6 hours. Well, no wonder. You know, you'd be pretty pooped out carrying that thing around. You might as well carry around a Volkswagen. You know? Well, it don't make no sense. You could run a 13-pound saw with a 20-inch bar and cut that stuff.
But do I think it only works 6 hours?
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether I don't know whether he's an employee or what. If I was a contractor, I'd be goddamn if anybody to tell me how long I could work. Some state rule. Well,
what's that?
They can't
in the
enforce rules for
summertime?
contractors. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
So, like,
they had a fire
humidity and all
wagon
that?
there and all that. Yeah,
Oh,
but it's like
probably not.
I was when we were out in June Lake. You know, nice guy. I'm not, you know,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
But it's like I don't understand why anybody would carry around these massive saws to, you know. I was watching the guys on Axemen last night. 395s and 066 stills. One dude was 82 years old. Awesome. Good for him. But you know, I'm not picking. I'm just saying, why would anybody want to carry around these massive saws and the dude's walking along bumping limbs with the damn thing? I don't know. 2-foot bar would be plenty. A lot of that stuff that, you know, the way I could cut it. I'm not gonna cut big, you know. I understand 8-foot wide trees, and that's a different thing. But that's pretty rare that you're cutting big timber like that. Most of the stuff that I've been around out there, most of the stuff you see guys cutting is, you know, 2-3 foot stuff, and it's beautiful stuff, and blah blah, you know. But and now they're going to a smaller, you know, like the Rico's. There was comments on there about the 572 Husky, which is a nice little saw. I wouldn't run a 572 Husky cutting big hardwood around here. You burn it up. It just ain't enough saw. It just ain't. You put a 24-inch bar on that hardwood or a 20-inch bar, and just, you might as well get your pocket knife out, you know, or a spoon or something, because it ain't got no shit. I mean, softwood's a little different, you know, but you can't, you know, you file up your chain and set your rakers down a few thousandths, you know, so you can get a nice aggressive cut on your chain, and that 572, you pull a crank out of it, and you can't, that just ain't enough saw. So now you're running a big saw. Okay, if you cut big hardwood, you're running, you know, I cut a lot of timber with a 044, you know, and a 20-inch bar. So whatever, just different strokes for different folks, I guess. But I get puzzled by some of the things people say, you know. But anyway, yeah, I mean, he said it was less than stellar. Well, because it was less than stellar, it didn't go the way I planned. So you're right about that. I cut a couple other ones that went pretty good, but whatever. So, and then I'm out of practice too, you know, dude. I just had heart work done. I'm not even supposed to be working, but we'll worry about that some other time. But yeah, I haven't cut a lot. Last time I did any cutting was like last October. That was any significance. So a little bit rusty. So anyway. All right, well, listen, we're going up to see grandbabies, and my brother's having his shindig, and that'll be fun, huh, Mammy? Take a couple of days off and chill out. And, hope everybody has a really blessed weekend. You know, have fun. If you do any drinking, don't do any driving. And, I might indulge in a few adult beverages, but so anyway. All right, well, hey, listen, that Rico Smith's got a channel. He's got 180-some subscribers. Go bomb him. And,
Nicely, no.
No, I mean nicely. No, he's a good
Check it
guy.
out.
He's another logger, so I was pretty pissed because I thought he was like some armchair quarterback, and then I checked his channel out. He's got a nice gig going there. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's a good guy. I'm not, no. So, and I told him that. I said, look, I made a couple of snotty remarks, and I apologize for them, but I just got my gander up a little bit, you know. So I'm kind of old and proud, but anyway, you know, I'm sure we have a hell of a lot more in common than we do apart. So yeah, go check his channel out. He does climbing, and I mean, he knows his shit. Cutting some big, massive fur. It looks like fur to me. But, So anyway, okay, guys, have a blessed weekend, and I'll let you know on this footage stuff on Big Pete's Big Wood, Plentiful Pete's Big Wood.
That's gross.
All right, no, it's just wrong.
It is.
All right, say ta-ta, mammy.
Ta-ta, Mimi.
Yeah, she don't quite get that. She's a nice girl. She just ain't real bright. Yeah, she just not real bright. You are a blonde though.
Well, gray anymore.
Great blonde. Okay, ta-ta, guys.